At it, and today I'm going to try to make something that I just started making I really dig. It's called Shakshuka. It's very simple. It can be eaten either breakfast or lunch or dinner, and it's kind of really comforting. So let's try and make it. I've got a lot of ingredients, but not that many. I think you can handle it. There's some tomatoes, there's some onions, some garlic, some parsley, harissa, pretty like red pepper paste, pretty hot. So you have to like modulate it. Red pepper flakes, some paprika, and extra virgin olive oil, and of course salt and pepper. So let's get started. Here's my amazing cast iron pan, and I'm gonna turn that on. I'm gonna go medium because again, this stove is something else with getting really hot and burning. And I'm gonna put a generous amount of olive oil, so just watch. It's not going to be just like that. It's going to be enough that it gets a little soupy because you're going to want good bread to soak up the sauce at the end. And then there's my eggs to go in the shakshuka, 4. I'm only making it for 2 people because it's only me and Jurgen. All right, so you're going to wait. You're going to feel it. It's getting a little hot already. It's quite amazing. It's on medium. And let me get my spoon. Right now, it's again another rainy day in Kingston, New York. Can't wait for some nice weather. We had a great day the other day, Saturday. Got to ride my bike. But now I'm inside and I'm looking to cook again. So it's kind of like bubbling already. And I'm just going to swish it. Just a teeny bit. Oh, I love the smell of olive oil. Honestly, it just smells so good when it's good olive oil. And then I have to actually stand on my tippy toes. Oh my goodness, because I'm not that tall. And I'm going to throw that in. And yet again, I got to go a little bit below the medium for a sec. I'm going to add the onions with it. And I'm going to stir it. So when I grew up in Queens and I grew up in Manhattan, and another one of my stories that I have growing up is that I had a lot of Israeli friends as well as Turkish friends and from other countries. And when I would go to my mom's friend's house, she had a kid that was my age. The mom would make this amazing thing called shakshuka. And she'd like whip it out and she'd give it to us because we were always hungry, and it was just so amazing. And then I had a chance. I got in trouble in high school and my family sent me away, and I went to Israel for a couple of months. And in the Army, I was working in the Army, cleaning guns all day and making kit bags. And in the Army, that was like a staple. That is what you had for breakfast, because you started working, I want to say at 6:30, 6:45, because by 12, it was like 115 and 120 degrees. And you were like, you'd petrify. So they had to close everything down. So you would eat a hearty breakfast really early, and then you'd hide, and then you'd come back to work. I think it was like 3, and then you'd work from 3 to 6, and then you went home. And I did that for like 7 or 8 months, cleaning guns and making kit bags. It was a beautiful country, and the food was amazing. And this is one of the things I remember. So you see it's looking pretty hot. I'm going to actually just lower it a little bit. And I am moving it around. I'm going to pull this out. I pulled out a little chunk that I didn't throw out in preparation. And you see, you don't want the garlic to burn, so don't go too high. And just stir it up until it starts changing. And if you smell the garlic burning, just modulate it. Alright, that's looking pretty hot. Now you see, I took the eggs and I cracked them so they weren't broken, and I put them in little serving bowls, because when I dump it in, it's going to be kind of like a poached cooked egg, and I want to try to keep the yolk, because the beauty of it is when you bake it on the oven, like it kind of like stovetop cooks, it just has this beautiful look. You'll see. With fingers crossed it works out. A couple, I'm going to say like another minute or so. You see, I kind of chunked up the tomatoes. They're not like super fine. You don't want it to be perfect. It's kind of like a work meal. Like you're going to go work in the field or you're going to work hard. You want this meal to last until lunch. All right. Still slowly cooking down. So now I'm going to add some paprika. I really love paprika. I notice a lot of people use this in this dish. I read a lot of seasoning, and some people use cumin too. I'll maybe try that another time. And I'm just gonna lightly, I'm just sprinkling it. And I'm just gonna, oh my goodness, it smells so beautiful. It's got this like smoky smell, and I'm kind of like I guess you'd call it a little bit of infusion. Kind of coloring the onions, but you're infusing the flavor slowly. I'm going to add a little more because I think it should have a little more depth. Oops. You see how it's so beautiful. Maybe I'll add a pinch of salt too. And just a teeny bit of pepper. Just a teeny. And it's cooking so nice. It's getting kind of like a pasty. A little bit of a paste. Oh, it smells good. And I am going to add the tomatoes now. You see how it's, the feel of it, it's a little heavier, a little denser. A little more caramelized, I guess. Alright, and then I'm going to add the tomatoes, which are roughly chopped. They're not perfect. There's a couple of loose onions I missed. And I'm going to lower it again. I know this isn't traditional, but because the pan's burning a little bit and I want to get a little flavor, I'm just going to swish it with a little bit of white wine. I like to do that just to maybe caramelize the ground a little more on the pan. Cook it down, and wine's never going to hurt anything in cooking. I'm sorry to say that. Oh my goodness. And then bring it to a boil. Like a light bubble. Maybe a little more heat. And I'm going to cover this for about 10 minutes. And then we'll add the eggs. Alright. So I waited about 5 or 7 minutes, and let's take a look at this. Let me just step back so I don't fog up the camera. Oh my goodness, that looks so nice. I'll put that over there. And look at that. Maybe I could have put more tomatoes in. So I used like 2 big ones. See how it's broken up? It's a little softer now. Depends on how much you want in tomatoes. I mean, I have enough. I pretty much like the onions and the sauce more. And one more spice thing that I really like to add. Harissa. This is red pepper paste. It's very Arabic. It's pretty hot, so be gentle. I like it a little spicy. I won't lie. That's probably a lot. Oh goodness. And I'll just swish it around. I could have maybe even put it in before, after I put the paprika and the tomatoes, but it's all right. I don't mind. I'm not a perfect cook. And now the fun part. So I'm going to make like a little divot on the edge. Let's hope I don't break it. And I'm going to spill one egg in there. Nice. Turn a little bit more. Make another one. 2. I'm going to turn it a little more. Oy. One more. Oh, Damn, that was close. I almost busted that sucker. And the third one. Yay! All right. I'm going to put a little pepper, just a little. Just for fun. And then I'm going to cover it up for like another 5 minutes. There we go. Bye-bye. And I'll use my little owl. And I'll see you in 5 minutes. All right, so it's about 5 minutes, 7 minutes. Check it because it kind of like, it poaches itself. And I'm gonna look right now. I'm really excited. Yay! I'm turning that flame. Oh my God, that looks so good. I'm turning the flame off now. I like to add a little pepper flakes. I'll just put them on my hands just because I like a little more spice. And then I'm gonna garnish it with parsley. Now this literally, honestly, the prep maybe took 15 minutes, and then the actual cook took about 20-25 minutes. So this is really a quick, easy meal, which is why it's good at night too. At dinner, if you're just like so like pooped from work and you just want to like have a quick, hearty little meal, just make shakshuka, man. I hope you enjoy it. I'm gonna let it cool off, and bon appetit.